Many people regard success as a virtue. If a person is successful, that is an indication of virtue. This is how many people view the world. Success is seen as a virtue. Wealth is an indication of intelligence and hard work. These narratives are commonplace, and of course they are. These narratives serve the interests of wealthy people. And wealthy people have the power to ensure that the narratives which benefit them are widely accepted. But reality says something else. Wealth is not an indication of virtue. Wealth is not really an indication of anything. There are 1,000 ways of acquiring wealth. Luck, hard work, intelligence, ruthlessness, dishonesty, brutality. You should not forget the nature of the profit motive. The profit motive is amoral. It rewards greed and selfishness. It is laughable the contradictory things that some people believe. People will idolize the wealthy as benevolent, hardworking, and intelligent, only to turn around and claim that capitalism is good because only capitalism accepts the ugly side of human nature. These are obviously contradictory positions, but both of them are widespread, and of course they are, because both benefit the wealthy. Powerful people will not hesitate to promote contradictory narratives if contradictory narratives suit their interests. And contradictory narratives very often do serve their interests. A narrative that appeals to one person may not appeal to another. So numerous narratives are warranted, and sometimes these contradict each other. This is how an upper class maintains power. The rich are benevolent, hardworking, and smart. If you refuse to believe that, their position is still justified because only capitalism can make something productive out of greed and selfishness. See the contradiction? I am rambling a little. To return to my point. Success is not a virtue. Wealth is not a virtue. This is not to say that it is a vice either. There are lots of different ways to become wealthy and successful, some of which may be honourable, and some of which are totally immoral. Assigning any kind of moral value to these things is stupid. Simply knowing that someone is rich and successful does not tell us much about a person's moral character. The wealthy should never be worshipped for their virtue, because many of them have none. They do not work a low-paying job every day to keep society functioning. They enjoy the spoils generated by people who do. If anyone should be appreciated and admired, it is the working class, because without the working class, wealth is simply not possible. Without the working class, a functioning society is not possible. That is the reality. For far too long it has been forgotten. In politics, we long ago recognised that it is the masses that matter. This is why we adopted democracy. The legitimacy of a government does not come from the top, but from the bottom. It is the masses, not the rulers, that matter. The people are the basis of legitimate sovereignty. This view has been widely adopted in politics, and it has transformed the political environment. It is closely connected to ideas such as nationalism and democracy. Yet this view is nowhere to be seen when it comes to economic matters. The masses are not viewed as a foundation. The masses are expected to be grateful for the rich people who employ them. It is the wealthy who are seen as the legitimate actors of the economy. They are not accountable. They do not need the consent of the masses. They do not need to represent the people or care for the people. On economic matters, a primitive worldview prevails. A hierarchical, elitist, top-down worldview prevails. That can change and should change. We need economic democracy. We need to recognise that the working class are the foundation of our society. Legitimate decision-making starts with them. We need to recognise that the wealthy are dependent on the working class. We need to recognise that it is the people that matter. We need to stop worshipping the elite. We need to start appreciating the masses.